The alien warrior woman held my photo. This is you. We've been searching for you for years. The rain fell in heavy curtains against the cracked windows of my small apartment, painting streaks of silver across the city lights. It was another lonely night, another evening of cheap coffee and late shifts at the security desk. I had grown used to monotony, almost welcomed it, because it meant predictability, safety, but safety ended the moment she appeared. Her shadow came first, long and imposing, stretching across the fluorescent-lit floor of the lobby I was guarding. When she stepped into the light, I thought I had finally gone mad. She was tall, towering over me with an athletic grace that was almost predatory. Her armor shimmered as if woven from starlight, a strange mix of polished metal and living fabric that pulsed faintly with energy. Across her back rested a weapon longer than I was tall, etched with symbols that glowed faintly like embers. But what struck me most wasn't the weapon or the armor. It was the way her piercing violet eyes locked onto me. She held something in her hand, something small and worn. She walked forward and placed it on the desk. A photograph. My photograph. "This is you," she said, her voice low, resonant, and carrying an accent unlike anything I'd ever heard. "We've been searching for you for years." My mouth went dry. I picked up the photo, one of me from my college days, smiling awkwardly at the camera. I had lost that photo years ago. My pulse thundered in my ears. "What the hell is this? Who are you?" I stammered. Her gaze didn't waver. "I am Kilira of the Valhari, and you, whether you know it or not, are the one we call the Lost Heir." Beginning, the Lost Heir. I laughed at first, because what else could I do? She had to be insane, or maybe I tried to tell her she had the wrong guy, that I was nobody, just a night shift guard who couldn't even pay rent on time. But Kilira only tilted her head, studying me like a puzzle piece that had finally fallen into place. "You don't feel it yet?" she asked. "Feel what?" "The weight in your blood, the call of the star song." She reached across the desk before I could react and pressed her palm to my chest. A warmth surged through me, not like heat but like resonance, as if some invisible cord had been plucked inside my bones. My knees buckled. Images flooded my mind in rapid flashes. Burning skies, alien landscapes, soldiers in silver armor kneeling before a throne. And then I saw him, my face, but older, crowned and commanding, his hand raised over a vast army. I stumbled back, gasping. "What the hell did you just do to me?" Kilira lowered her hand. "Not I. Your blood remembers." I shook my head violently. No, that's not me. I don't know what that was, but you got the wrong guy." But even as I said it, my heart pounded with something dangerous. Recognition. Middle. The truth of the star song. Kilira didn't give me time to argue. She explained, or rather revealed, a story that shattered everything I thought I knew. Thousands of years ago, she said, the Valhari ruled a cluster of star systems, guided by a bloodline chosen by something they called the star song. The star song wasn't just music. It was an energy, a force that resonated only within those of the royal line. It allowed them to unite worlds, bend technology and power in ways no others could. But the dynasty had fallen when their last heir, an infant, was stolen away during a coup. The child was hidden on a distant, primitive planet, Earth. Me. I laughed again, but this time the sound was brittle. She had to be wrong. My parents were regular people, my mom a nurse, my dad a mechanic. They weren't aliens, just tired, overworked humans who'd done their best raising me. But Kilira showed me proof. She activated a small device on her wrist, and a holographic projection bloomed in the air. Documents, star charts, a recording of my infant face, unmistakably me, wrapped in alien silk. "Your Earth parents were guardians," she said softly. "Brave souls entrusted with your safety. They may not even have known the full truth." I wanted to deny it, to throw her out and call the police, but the resonance in my chest hadn't stopped. My blood thrummed, echoing like some ancient melody waiting to be sung. And then the lobby doors shattered inward. Figures stormed in, cloaked in black armor, their faces hidden by insect-like masks. They moved with military precision, weapons crackling with blue energy. Kilira reacted instantly, unsheathing her blade. With a roar that shook the air, she charged. I ducked behind the desk as plasma fire lit up the lobby. Kilira moved like liquid steel, her weapon carving through attackers with terrifying grace. But one of the soldiers broke through and seized me. "This is the heir," he barked in a guttural language I somehow understood. Before I could scream, Kilira's blade struck him down. She grabbed my arm and pulled me toward the shattered doorway. "They found you," she hissed. "We must leave, now." The flight through the stars. The next hours blurred. I remember running through rain-slick streets, Kilira cutting down pursuers as if she'd been born for battle. I remember the way she shoved me into a sleek, alien craft hidden beneath a crumbling warehouse. And then the sky split open as we tore free of Earth's atmosphere. I pressed against the window as our planet shrank into a blue marble behind us. My stomach twisted with terror and awe. "This isn't real," I whispered. "This can't be real." Kilira didn't answer at first. She simply set coordinates, her jaw tight, when the ship jumped into faster-than-light travel. Stars stretched into rivers of light around us. Finally, she turned to me. "It's real, and those who killed your family will kill you too, if you do not embrace who you are meant to be." I buried my face in my hands. I'm not meant to be anyone. I'm not a king. I'm not whatever you think I am. I'm just me. Kilira studied me for a long moment, then placed a photo, the one she had carried for years, into my hands. The universe rarely chooses those who want a burden, but always chooses those who can bear it. The return of the heir. We traveled for days, slipping through war-torn sectors where the remnants of the Valhari loyalists hid in exile. Kilira brought me before them, one by one. Soldiers, elders, even children. They looked at me with a reverence that unsettled me, some dropping to their knees. I wanted to scream that I wasn't their savior, but when I touched the relics they showed me, ancient blades, crystals, banners, I felt the resonance surge. The star song pulsed stronger every time, filling me with images of battles long past and victories yet to come. Kilira trained me relentlessly, not just in combat, but in focus, in listening to the star song within. I resisted, stumbled, failed more often than not, but slowly, painfully, I began to hear it, the melody of power thrumming in my blood. The cool leaders, she explained, had twisted the Valhari into tyrants. They sought me now not to restore the old order, but to erase it completely. If I fell, the last thread of hope would snap. And then they found us. An armada descended, blotting out the stars. The exiles prepared for death, but Kilira placed a hand on my shoulder. "It is time, my heir. Sing." The battle and the song. I don't remember every detail of the battle. I remember fear, raw and suffocating, as the enemy ships surrounded us. I remember Kilira standing by my side, blade ready, her faith in me unshaken. And then I let go. The star song surged through me, bursting outward in waves of resonance. The very air vibrated. The ships trembled, and the enemy forces staggered as if struck by an invisible hand. I lifted my arms, and the melody poured through me into the fleet. Weapons faltered. Engines stalled. Loyalists rallied. The tide of battle turned, not by my blade, but by the song in my blood. When silence finally fell, the enemy lay scattered, retreating into the void. The exiles cheered, their voices rising a chorus that echoed across the stars. But I could only stand there, trembling, staring at the hands that had become something more than mine. Ending a new dawn. Later, aboard the flagship, Kilira approached me. She no longer carried the same sternness. Her eyes softened as she placed a photo back into my hand. "This is where it began for me," she said. "This picture was all I had, all I carried across galaxies. And now I see the man behind it." I looked down at my younger self, frozen in that awkward smile. So much had changed. So much still terrified me. "I don't know if I can be who they think I am," I admitted. Kilira smiled faintly. "Then be who you are. The star song does not lie." I glanced out the viewport at the fleet gathering around us. My fleet now, waiting for direction. I wasn't ready. Maybe I never would be. But the photo in my hand reminded me that the smallest, most ordinary version of myself had been enough for her to believe in. And for now, that was enough for me too. The star song thrummed in my veins, and I raised my head to face the dawn of a destiny I could no longer deny.